Welcome to Hollywood, California for Fringe Tonight Alive. Featuring Josh Brown and the Hollywood Sound and performers from across the 2024 Hollywood Fringe Festival. Now, your host, Alex ENRIQUEZ.
Welcome to Fringe Tonight Alive. Welcome to Hollywood, California, where the bumper stickers say, honk if you're horny for reboots. Welcome to Fringe Tonight Alive. It's a late night style talk show all about the Hollywood Fringe Festival. So our guests, our performers, our interviews are going to be people from all across the Hollywood Fringe Festival, including we've got Mel Brooks and Alfred Hitchcock from Pure Cinema. We've got Aaron and Bill from Pure Cinema are going to be here with us. And if you look to your left, and you look to your right, it's very likely you're sitting next to one of the cast members of Bigfoot the Musical. Their director, their producer, their choreographer, their music director, and Bigfoot himself are going to be talking to us tonight about the most famous cryptid in the world and the musical about him. But right now, let's get to the monologue.
Hey, did somebody say monologue?
Jeez. Oh, great. No, okay, this guy, great.
Oh, yeah, it's me, your inner monologue. Sweet, time to fly, baby!
Does anybody else have one of these, like a nagging voice in the back of your head that just tries to fuck with you all the time? Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Thanks.
Well, look, I'm not gonna mess with you. You're gonna do great, Alex.
Really?
Yeah, long as that nervous fart you're holding in doesn't run screen. Probably kill the front row or worse. Lose our deposit on the theater.
Well, that's true.
Nah, come on, I'm kidding. You're doing great. Isn't he doing great, folks?
Yeah! Oh, thank you.
All right,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Not too much. They'll stop trusting it.
Okay, so, hey, inner monologue, why are you here, like, talking to everybody and not just me?
Well, I realized your show was missing something. A sidekick. So I'm going to be your sidekick. It'll be great. I'll be here cutting it up and making you look stupid, and the audience will laugh.
No, that's a hard pass, inner monologue. Just gonna go right by that. No thanks.
Oh, okay. I'll leave you alone then, and then you'll be left to your own devices. But if you weren't hard on yourself, how are you going to do anything anyone will like?
Anyway, that's a good point. That's a great point.
Right? Yeah, you should be thanking me. You were feeling good and confident. You know that's right when the other shoe drops. Right on your wiener and nards.
My wiener and nards?
Yeah, so you're welcome. Now, let me at these guests. Oh man, I'm gonna try to make you get a boner.
What? I don't want to get a boner.
Oh, come on, it'll be hilarious. And that's the point, right? You know, get laughs. I mean, you're not going to get it there on this material.
Okay, no, wait, hold on a second. Okay, I'm experienced. I know what to do in front of an audience. Like, I'm an entertainer.
Oh, yeah? Says who? Just ask the band. They fucking hate you. We're like the opposite of music. In fact, maybe you need to go take a powder and let me handle the reel. Tonight's guest, the girl Alex almost threw up on while they were having sex.
Okay, well, hey, inner monologue?
Yeah? No, don't take deep breaths.
Everybody join with me.
Don't slow your mind, I'll die. No. Oh!
Yeah. Hey, inner monologue, how you doing?
Wow, I'm way better.
Yeah.
I really needed a couple of deep breaths there.
Yeah, no, I could tell you. You good?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hey, I'm welcome. See what I did there? Hey, are you ready to help me with this next part?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Let's
Hey,
go, Brandon.
No. Josh, a little bit of walking to my desk music, please.
1, 2, 3, 4.
these three helped me believe in jazz again. Josh, of course, as Josh Brown, our musical director. Josh, you mind giving us an introduction to the rest of the band, please? The rest of the Hollywood Sound.
Please give a Fringe Tonight Alive welcome to Kate Frisbee on the bass guitar. Hopkins on the drums.
And I do want to say, fun is fun, but we here at Fringe Tonight Alive do take mental health seriously, and so I could only do this show with a really helpful combination of therapy and some cool medications and stuff. So let's just give it up for mental health, right? Yeah. Oh, hey, this is really cool, Dr. Jim. This is my shrink. This is Dr. Jimothy.
Oh, yes.
Give it up for Dr. Jimothy.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah. We just started working together recently.
Oh, yes. Alex's former therapist left the business. It wasn't because of Alex.
No. Thank you. So one more time for Dr. Jimothy.
Thank you.
Go. It's been a wild week at the Fringe. I saw a number of shows that featured male nudity, and it's just nice to have it confirmed that everybody in this town has a bigger dick than me.
Oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. He has a fine penis, and he has no anxiety around that. So,
go
to the bathroom.
Thanks, Dr. Jimothy. I guess you only get as good a shrink as you are a patient, or...
Oh, no. That's not true. He is one of my best patients, and I assure you, those wet dreams he's been having about the mailman from Cheers are nearly under control.
Cliff Clavin is played by John Ratson.
Stop the tape, Alex. Stop the tape. Disrupt those intrusive thoughts. Do not let the mailman in. He is not here. He cannot. You are not helping. He's not here. The mailman is not here. He cannot show you his sexy undergarments, okay?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's right. He is a boy. A boy who is allowed to wear those garments.
Okay, no, doctor, I'm not spiraling.
No,
okay?
the mailman has got you in his yeasty grips.
No, Dr. Jimothy, I think I want to get on with the show, okay? I think that's what I really want to do right now. I think that's what's in my way. I just kind of want to get on with the show, all right? Okay. And thank you, Dr. Jimothy, and I did not mean to be short. It was not my intention.
Please. That was phenomenal. Yes. You healthily and aggressively enforced your own personal boundaries. We've been working on that for months. Amazing work. Yes.
All right. Well, one more time for
work.
Dr. Jimothy.
Thank you very much. Now, I know you're not helping with that. I know you probably want to get to the show, so I will just let you get on with the show and everything. But one thing before I go.
What's that?
Cliff Clavin.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Thanks, Alex. Hi, I'm Alex Enriquez. Tonight's episode of Fringe Tonight Alive is brought to you by keeping your shirt tucked in. You cannot imagine the lengths that I go to.
Thanks, Alex. They're called shirt garters. Our first guests are the stars of the hit play Pure Cinema. They are here to talk to us about playing two titans of the screen. Please welcome Bill Chott and Aaron Caponigro.
Now we really feel like the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, well, Peter Gunn for you. How y'all doing?
Good.
Now, I've been asking my guests, is this your first Hollywood Fringe? Because this is my first Hollywood Fringe.
It's my second.
Wow, really? Okay, give it up for two-timers. Do you have any advice for when I do this again next year?
Do it. Just keep doing it.
I love that. Yeah,
Because if you keep doing it, then you will be a two-timer, and then a year after that, you'll have me beat.
Well, look, if you skip a year, please, then we can all be at it together and we can really compete.
Yeah, if you get in next year, we'll both sit out.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you. We got it on tape. Everything's being recorded. You're good.
Fine with that. All right.
So in pure cinema, like I said, you play Mel Brooks and Alfred Hitchcock, and we catch up with them in the play in the late 70s, correct? And they're at very different points in their career. Can you tell us a little bit about where we find them at the beginning of the play? They have a meeting together to talk cinema. So where do we find these two, titans?
Well, you find Alfred Hitchcock toward the end of his career, trying to pitch one more project. Also got a documentary in play about the Holocaust, I might add, which was historically true, and coming to kind of wrestling with some of the things that went on between him and Tippi Hedren. I think it's about time that he apologized, and that's the point of view, at least in part, of this play. The other part is where Mel Brooks comes in.
Yeah, everything's coming up springtime. For my character, more or less. Well, you'd have to see. I'm dealing with my own issues in it as a character. I'm referring to Mel Brooks, not me.
No, we were talking outside, and he's, but Mel. But what projects are we talking about in terms of Mel's timeline at this? Because is this high anxiety that he's going into?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to convince him to allow him to do. That's too many pronouns. All right, so I went from referring to myself, and Mel Brooks is trying to get
Alfred Hitchcock to license something from Psycho for high anxiety.
Well, basically, just to give it his blessing, his imprimatur.
And this is kind of a cool thing for Mel Brooks to do. Doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Right. So this is
Please, my heroes.
right.
Ask him.
Mel Brooks is he's not just silly guy. This guy is a guy with a deep well of cinematic knowledge. You would, of course.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, no, you're, and you too.
Oh, yeah, wait. I'm sorry, man. I've lost my mind in this project.
There's a lot going on. We're deep in the middle of Pride. It's Juneteenth. I'm trying to do this show together. It's like.
You think you have intrusive thoughts? Holy cow.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let's go head to head with intrusive thoughts real quick. I think it was a stalemate. It really did.
There are some days I'm glad I had a lobotomy.
You didn't miss much, man. Incoming was just mostly different types of melted cheese. I'm doing it wrong, man.
No, you did it right.
It's hard to avoid the footprint of these two guys. I mean, even if you've never seen a Hitchcock movie, you know what he's about. So for the two of you going into this, what are there favorite projects from each of your characters that you look to, that influence your performance? Anything specifically you watched or read or consumed to prepare?
Oh boy, I sure love Spaceballs.
No, you know what? This is thank you for
They're
bringing
making
this
a
up.
sequel.
And
it was
thank
just
God.
announced today in the trade.
Josh Dad is getting a write-in, and thank God he's getting a shot in this town. This was a point of contention with me and my wife because I'm an enormous Star Wars fanatic, and I know the saga backwards and forwards, and she is that familiar with Spaceballs, and it's a point of friction in the home every single day. But you know what? We exceed and excel past it. I think that's our strength as a couple.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
It's fine. You met my shrink. I think I'm going to be okay. Is there anything that you found? I mean, you brought up that Hitchcock needs to apologize.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you two found out about? I mean, to me, Mel Brooks is kind of a sterling character. Alfred Hitchcock has some questionable things. Is there anything that would surprise our audience that you found out about your characters before you got to play them?
There's a couple surprises in the play, but I don't want to bust them.
Well, okay, then. That's fair enough.
We're sold out, I think, Friday and Saturday, so try to come Thursday or stick around and see if there's a seat open Friday or Saturday.
Or become our friends and see if we get comps.
Yeah. Absolutely. And actually, fringe tip, go to a box office and wait. There's always empty seats. You'll be able to get in. It does your soul good to see fringe shows. So speaking of my soul, I have a little project that I worked on quite a while ago. It's
That's
a one-act
awesome.
play.
Good for you.
It's called The Soul is the Darkest Mirror. And it features Mel Brooks and Alfred Hitchcock. And I developed it independently. I'm not trying to say, this is the only chance I'm going to have two of my cinematic heroes
Hold on.
sort of here.
Are you asking us to do fan fiction?
A little bit.
Because David Nypress already has.
Yeah,
He's
we're
the
kind of
writer.
already doing that.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is really just to indulge a young fan of two of his cinematic heroes. Do you mind indulging me a little bit? I mean, I swear I'll come see your show.
Like you said, we're sold out, and so I don't know how we would arrange that.
I think I know you got a long show, so we'll take a look at it and we'll just.
All right.
So
That's for you, and this is for Mel.
wait, oh, sorry.
You're Alfred Hitchcock.
Hold on. Yeah. And is that your version?
I think that's my version. I'm
Okay.
going to go ahead and read the stage directions. Of course, this is from The Soul is the Darkest Mirror by Alex Enriquez. Contact Sandra Bernath with
Do you know the
Voltage.
Spaceballs?
Fade in, interior, hospital room, day. Alfred Hitchcock lay in his hospital bed, the titan of cinema in his final hours. Mel Brooks runs in.
Thank you for coming to my deathbed, Mel Brooks.
Of course! Alfred Hitchcock! You're my best friend! Almost like a brother to me!
I am going to die very soon.
Don't say that, Alfred Hitchcock. You're my best friend. Almost like a brother to me.
My one regret is that I won't get to meet a very special man.
Who is that? Alfred Hitchcock?
Alex Enriquez.
Oh. He already sounds like a blockbuster to me. Mel Brooks.
There is, however, a twist.
I expect nothing less from you.
He's not born yet.
I'm a director, not an obstetrician.
Are you sure you're not into Star Trek? I'm sorry. He will be born in 18 months, and don't anybody do the math and try to figure out how old that makes him. He can play a hard 35.
Sounds like he'll be a real looker.
Funny, too. Oh, yes. He will do incredible things, like become the first Mexican in space and play for the San Antonio Spurs.
Alex Enriquez is a slam dunk.
Alfred and Mel, turn to the camera and smile.
Here's to Alex Enriquez, the king of Hollywood. Farewell, old friend.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like usual, I cut off your line.
Yeah, you stepped all over.
And please give it up for Aaron Caponigro and Bill Cup of Pure Cinema. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Very interesting point, Alex. Hi, I'm Alex Enriquez. Tonight's episode of Fringe Tonight Alive is brought to you by Domino's. Mamma mia, that's Italian. And Disney Marvel Studios presents Coca-Cola the Dog, the movie. And by Cowboy Boots. Cowboy Boots. Your wife thinks you'll look ridiculous, but you know your ass is gonna look terrific. Bet you didn't think of that.
Thanks, Alex. Our next guest is here to amaze and enthrall you with an incredible skill. Please put your hands together for my new good friend, Mr. Brett Moore. Well, you know what you're doing. Why don't you go ahead and get the people going?
Sure thing. So, for those of you who don't know me, I have spent about the last 30 years of my life mostly accidentally turning myself into a walking, talking baseball encyclopedia. And I'm out to prove that right here. We've got some people here. What I need I need some help from some folks here. I need a couple of people to throw out random years, anything since 1903. I know that seems awfully specific, but anything since 1903. Just throw out a year.
1939.
1939, the New York Yankees won their 4th straight World Series. That was a team that still featured, until early that year it featured Lou Gehrig. Unfortunately, that was the year he fell ill. But it also featured Joe DiMaggio, Bill Dickey, Lefty Gomez, a whole host of all-stars. It would be the end of their 4-year run, but they'd still win several more times between the 40s and 50s because they had more money and better scouts than everybody else. Who else has a year?
2004.
2004? Is there a Red Sox fan in the house? I feel like we did have to counter the Yankees with the Red Sox, but obviously 86 years after selling Babe Ruth, the Red Sox win that World Series in 4 games over the St. Louis Cardinals after coming back from a 3-0 deficit in the ALCS, spurred by a trade of an outfielder from the Los Angeles Dodgers, who's now their manager, Dave Roberts. Throw me another year.
1912.
I like 1912. 1912 it's the Boston Red Sox again. Wait a minute. That was their first World Series win as the Boston Red Sox and interrupted a reign of terror by the Philadelphia Athletics in their $100,000 infield, who won in 10, 11, and 13, but the Red Sox won in 12, featuring a couple of outfielders who are now in the Hall of Fame, guys with names like Harry Hooper. The following year, they would actually, I think that was indeed the debut year of one Tris Speaker, who was more famous for his time with the Indians as well.
And of course, we know all about Tris Speaker.
What
about what's your favorite year? Give us your favorite year.
I think the single best World Series ever played was 1991. In 91, the Braves, not quite, good guess. The Braves and Twins in 1990 finished in last place. And in 1991, each won the pennant and met in the World Series. They played a spectacular 7-game series. 4 of the games went extra innings, including the final game where Jack Morris pitched 10 shutout innings before getting a run support that pushed the Twins to their 2nd title in 5 years.
Brett Moore, everybody, put your hands together.
Find me some peanuts and Cracker Jack.
I don't care if I ever get back on the root for the Dodgers. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out of the old game. Play ball! That just came out of me. Our next guest, it's been said by me and several others that if you removed him, it would be like removing a face from the Mount Rushmore of Hollywood Fringe. Please put your hands together for the venerable journalist, Ernest Kearney. Thank you very much for coming. Ernest is one of the most seasoned journalists in the Hollywood Fringe. What's your record for shows in a single year?
89.
89 shows in 1 year, in 1 month, actually, during June of Hollywood Fringe. Now,
Last year I got to review show number 1,432.
and if you're a Fringe newbie, spend more time around and you will see why putting in that much time is worth it. Now, Ernest, you have seen a ton of productions this year.
Yes.
Can you give us a handful that you feel need a little spotlight shine?
Carter Talks, Klondike Bears, The Unspeakable History of Women in Ventriloquism, and The Rabbit Queen, but a special throw out to the international and out-of-state shows that are coming in. They do not get to do office hours. They don't get to network very much. They need our love and support because we really want them to go back to Toronto, Auckland, London, and say, Hollywood Fringe, that was the killer!
Yeah, baby.
So you've got shows like Rock Bottom, My Dad and the Nanny. Look them up in the guides and just go and give them some love.
Also, Motorboat 2.
Motorboat
Furioso will have a show outside the Fringe at the Elysian at the end of the month, too. Thank you for shining a spotlight on some of the international shows. Now, I did want to kind of test your knowledge a little bit of the Fringe. I've compiled a list of Fringe shows. I'm going to read you some titles, and you're going to tell me which of the titles I'm reading to you is the fake Fringe show. Okay?
You know, it never fails to amaze me. I read the guide, I do the office hours, I work my fringe, and the week after it ends, somebody comes up to me and goes, "Dude, did you see Indian with the arrow in his head?"
That's a real one. Oh shit. Gotta remember not to do that one. Okay, yeah. I don't want to make fun, but there are some ridiculous names in the Fringe. So of these three, which is the fake? Laughable, Dusk Rings a Bell, or Finnegan's Hot Treats?
Ooh, Finnegan's Hot Treats.
That's the fake. That's 1 point. Which is the fake? The Man Who Burned Down Hucktown, Not Special, or I Thought I Was Special?
The Man Who Burned Down Uptown.
That's another point! Which is the fake? Adult Entertainment, Adult Entertainment 2, A Finger in the Butt, or HFF 24 Budgeting Workshop number 3, Budgeting and Fundraising?
I'm going to have to go with Finger in the Anus.
Yes, that's which is the fake? Rock Bottom, 177 Lovers and Counting, My Life as a Sex Researcher, or Sex Haver, the Alex Enriquez story?
Oh, Alec Enriquez.
Yeah, no, that's true. Never had sex before. Which is the fake? Ficus, It's About Time, Avengers Infinity War, or What the Chuck?
Avengers Infinity War?
That's true, that's not the Fringe this year. It won last year. And finally, which is the fake? Zoog Dabbity, Motorboat, or Adult Entertainment 3? Now put your finger in my butt.
Now put your finger in my butt.
That's another point for each minute. Put your hands together one more time for Ernest. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. We'll be right back after these messages.
And now a prepared statement. Alex Enriquez does not represent the thoughts and opinions of the Broadwater, Fringe Tonight Alive, or Big PP Energy LLC. Hi, Alex Enriquez here. Tonight's episode of Fringe Tonight Alive is brought to you by Uncle Rick Caruso's The Grove, Uncle Rick Caruso's The Americana at Brand, and Uncle Rick Caruso's The LA City Hall at the Commons at Valencia. And by my lawsuit. Who can I sue if my reputation was shattered because of, let's call it a misunderstanding, at the zoo? Can you sue an ape? More importantly, who put the ape in the dress? These and many other legal conundrums will be settled with your help, and there might be a little dough in it for you as well. If you or anyone you know is an expert in the law of zoo fuck-ups, please visit the URL sexyapemishap.boat.party. Thanks for your help. And to be clear, the ape was sexy. What happened between us was not.
Thank you very much, Alex. Our next guests have created, developed, and star in the smash hit Bigfoot the Musical, and they are too numerous for me to introduce individually. Please welcome the staff of Bigfoot the Musical. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you so much. And if you guessed that he's Bigfoot, you're right. I told him outside, I'm not physically intimidated by you, but he saw through that. So thank you very much for being here, all of you. And I looked at the Fringe website, and I'm gonna forego asking if this is your first Fringes because, I think between you have 14,000.
Yeah, so just close to that.
I think you've probably been doing pretty long.
I think my first Fringe was in 2014.
Okay, so you're 10 years now.
Yeah,
Mine was in 2016. 2016 as well. Yeah, and then.
Leave it to the actor. Just having a good time. No, so you all started when you were 15 years old, and that's great.
Give or take, yeah.
I want you to walk me through the development of Bigfoot the Musical, because I think this is like a long, winding road that has its roots right here, and if you could just, for the next 10 or 15 minutes, run me through that development process.
I mean, it's almost literally like right here. The first iteration of Bigfoot the Musical was done at the Park Zero Village, which is a Sable Theater, just in the theater right next door. Amber Ruffin, who I met here at Sable, wrote it and approached me about it and said that I wanted to. I was like, absolutely. It's hilarious. So I brought Emily. As the musical director, and we ran for.
It's like 8 episodes or
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah, so Serial Killers, for those who don't know, because why would you? It's kind of a late night competition where five serials enter, 3 serials leave. So the audience gets to vote, 3 come back. At the end of the season, there's the playoffs, and we actually made it to the semifinals.
Yeah.
Wow, jeez. All right, so, yeah, right. I did tell them before the show, one guest gets to come on and brag really hard. So there you go. There you go. You got it out of the way. And now, and so that's like it wasn't a fully realized musical out of the gate. I mean, that's.
No, and Amber had just left to go to New York to, become famous, to be on Seth Meyers and stuff. And so she had a big community of people here at Sacred Fools, but I didn't know her. But my experience with her was there was no sheet music, by the way, for anything. It was all so it was very much her just sending me voice memos and Victor going, can you come up with some harmonies for this? So it was like a little vocal arranging as well. And once it died, Victor and I it was one of those things where we were like, oh, we want to do this again. We want to do Bigfoot again. And this was kind of just the right year for it. So right.
I feel like that about this Fringe because this has been a hot Fringe. I've seen a lot of great shows, big houses. It's a hot, sexy Fringe. I mean, the 2 Blazers up here notwithstanding, I will say that. I do want to say, I'm a big Chupacabra guy. My wife, more than Jersey Devil. Why this famous North American cryptid? Do any of you have any fascinations with, I don't know, a spring-heeled jack or any of the other, Loch Ness Monster?
You know what it feels like? You know how it's every once in a while it's like everyone's into vampires and everyone's into werewolves.
Yeah.
It feels like a Bigfoot year. It just feels. Haven't you guys been seeing a lot of
Yeah. Yeah,
We started. We clearly trendset.
Jesse Eisenberg's weird movie where he plays a saxophone.
And it's easy to get out ahead when you got dough, but we all know where Bigfoot started. This is ground zero for the Sasquatch phenomenon right here. Wait, is that actually? Am I getting that right? Is Sasquatch, Bigfoot, and Yeti are different, right? Does anybody have that on their info card?
Sasquatch and Bigfoot are the same. A Yeti is different.
Okay, see, I came to the right person.
An abominable snowman is a whole other thing.
Oh yeah, I can't talk about him. He's because I can't say his name.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, I saw you all warming up. You might have the one team in the Hollywood Fringe that I'm jealous of. You all are a vibration.
Your band hates you.
Here's the thing.
Watching them this whole time.
If looks could kill, you would be 6 feet under, man. That was intense.
First of all, I feel right at home, and 2, I use it. What goes into? I mean, you're mentioning these trading voice memos back and forth. Amber and I share that we just don't believe in music. I'm sorry, Josh, I don't believe in written music. What are some of the other musicals that have influenced this? Either, in performance, in the writing of it, the creation of it. What's the milieu, if I may?
So we can't really take credit for much of the development. That was mostly Amber and Kevin and David Schmoll. We putting this together. Emily and I talked about it for almost every year. We gotta do it. And putting it together, I wasn't inspired as a director. I was not inspired by a musical, but I was just inspired by the story. Trying to tell the story of the outcast. Is just trying to fit in, just trying to be a friend to everybody. I'm just getting lost along.
And Megan is our choreographer here, and we're also both in the show. And I don't know, you have a lot of choreography. I do. It's very choreography heavy.
Yeah.
Most choreographed show the cast loves it. Yeah. We're all very, very young, as you know, so we're all choreographed. We never get worn out.
Every single one of these people can put their ankle behind their head, and that's not a lie.
I can't actually.
Terrific, but.
That's for the late night show.
No, the choreography is very heavily influenced by the Jackson Vibe and Tina Turner and
I love it.
all the greats. And Six Flags commercials. And it's
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see. Well, we are going to see a performance from the cast, and if you'd like to set us up with that, we're going to see 2 numbers, right?
Yeah, so we have 2 numbers we want to show. The first is a duet by Bigfoot's mother, and she's not doing well because they live in a town with a nuclear
Power plant that was built by Kearney.
and nuclear power plant. She had sex with Kearney. She had this guy, and so she's constantly hacking up a lung during the show. And then there's the mayor, who is a drunk idiot, and they are played by our wonderful leads, Rodney Chagrin and There's a Boat Ride. And so they're going to be doing a very funny duet for you. And then after that, we're going to be singing the opening number, which is, I don't want to brag too much, but it's becoming the hit of the Fringe.
So good.
And it's the town anthem, the town where we live, is called Mud Dirt.
All right, well, we will be right back with the cast of Bigfoot the Musical after these messages.
Powerful stuff, Alex. And may I just add that it's clear the time you took to reflect on your past actions has clearly done you a world of good. May Christ continue to light your path. Hi, still Alex Enriquez. You know, it would really help the show if you went online and left a review for us. Online. Reviewing Fringe shows helps let new people know about shows, and it can make us feel pretty good as well. So we've set up a URL to help you do just that. Please visit sexy8mishap.co.party and leave a review. Thanks.
It's the same website?
Yeah. We got a deal.
Thanks, Alex. Our musical guests tonight are literally like 24 people from the hit musical Bigfoot the Musical. Please put your hands together.
This goes out to my son. My son lives in legend. He's the greatest thing I've ever seen. My son lives in legend, right in the very heart of me. My son lives in all of us. We perfect sight to see. There's a little bit of Bigfoot in the heart of you and me. Yeah! I don't wanna kill your baby, your baby's got to die. I don't wanna kill your baby, I can't have people wondering why. I fucked up, I always fuck up, I'm fucked up about you. Now I got to kill your kid. You know, when I think of the Bigfoot, I think of all about someone. I'm just fine. Your baby got this heart. I wanna be your baby. I can't feel wondering why. I fucked up. I always fuck up. I'm trying my feet. Little bit. Big fat foot in the heart of you and me. It's in this heart. I'm gonna kill him. I don't have a heart. In the baby got in the heart.
Mud dirt, mud dirt, mud dirt, mud dirt, mud dirt, mud dirt, hell of a town. What's mostly wet and gross and smelly and brown, whose population is steadily going down, whose happy faces are slightly smaller brown. Mud dirt, hell of a town. When folks drive through, they drive all the way through. They don't stop, neither should you, not round here. They don't rest for direction, no, don't even stop for a cup of joe. My dirt, hell of a town.
We all love at the crack of dawn, depending on what kind of drive we're on. And then we'll have himself a spawn, that's where we live. We try hard and we do our best, but near my town they got the press. They do well, we say stress is hell of a town.
My dirt, my dirt, my dirt, my dirt. My dirt, hell of a town. The only joy we know in this hell that we call home is being an angry mob. An angry mob. But it'd be better if we all had jobs. But that's just life in my dirt, my dirt. My dirt, my dirt, my dirt, my dirt, hell of a town. My dirt, 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 hell of a town.
Thank you very much to Bigfoot the musical. You can catch them Friday at 7 here at the Broadwater. I want to thank the cast of Bigfoot the musical. Thank you. I want to thank Aaron and Bill from Pure Cinema. Absolutely a treat to have them. I want to thank Ernest and Brett. I want to thank Josh Brown of the Hollywood Sound, Kate Frisbee, Mr. Hopkins. I want to thank Katie Rhodes and Stephanie and Rich, Rebecca in the booth. I want to thank all you for coming. Thank you so much. And support the Fringe. Go see another show. And please leave in a very orderly, quick fashion. Thank you. Good night.